Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. This is not the algorithm. This is an urgent divine interception. Heaven has personally routed this message to your screen because the waiting season is finally over. If you leave now, you will single-handedly shut the door on the exact blessing your soul has been crying out for during those long, silent nights. Do not swipe away. Your spirit led you here for a reason. The heavy attacks you have been facing recently are not random at all. They are hard proof that the enemy is completely panicking. Why? Because a massive and unexpected meeting is racing toward your timeline right now. The universe is orchestrating a cosmic collision that will permanently alter the entire trajectory of your life, bringing you out of the shadows and into the light. You have been walking in the dark for so long, but the dawn is breaking right this second. You prayed until your voice broke. You sat in the empty rooms wondering if God had simply forgotten your exact coordinates. The silence in those lonely hours felt absolutely crushing, but heaven was never ignoring your tears. Every single delayed promise was actually a massive shield, carefully placed by divine forces to protect your pure energy from connections you were never meant to entertain. You were being preserved. You were being kept safe. They told you to just give up. The narcissists and the shallow crowds laughed at your incredibly quiet faith. They watched you survive the brutal storm completely alone and assumed your isolation was a heavy punishment. They thought you were losing your mind, but they did not understand the divine architecture of your unique life, because heaven rarely reveals its greatest masterpieces before they are fully finished. You were being kept hidden for a very specific reason, and now that reason is here. Listen carefully to me right now. Take one slow and real breath before we go any further. That strange tightness you feel in your chest is not random anxiety. That is your spirit actually detecting a massive shift in the unseen spiritual atmosphere. You are about to come face to face with the exact reward you thought you had permanently lost, and it will arrive in a form you never expected. This unexpected meeting will shift your reality. There is a hidden message inside your current struggle that you will completely miss if you leave too soon. If you click away now, the blessing will still arrive at your door, but you will not have the spiritual equipment or the vital knowledge to actually hold on to it. The darkness desperately wants you to lose focus right now. Do not let them win. Stay locked on this divine frequency. You have been feeling completely drained lately. Your physical body is exhausted from carrying the heavy spiritual weight of your bloodline. You wake up feeling like you fought an invisible war all night long. And you did. You are a true cycle breaker. You are the rare soul who agreed to take on the heavy generational trauma so your descendants would never have to suffer the way you did. Heaven honors your immense sacrifice. But the universe does not ask you to bleed forever. The period of testing has officially reached its final expiration date. A scroll with your exact name on it was just unsealed in the heavenly courts. This is not a metaphor. This is a literal transfer of divine favor that is seeking you out as you listen to these very words. Something huge is shifting. You can feel it in your bones. This unexpected meeting is not just another random event in your week. It is the precise intersection of your deep healing and your ultimate earthly reward. Someone or something is being dispatched to you right now to balance the cosmic scales. They bring the restitution for every single tear you shed in private, paying you back 100-fold for all the years the enemy tried to steal from you. You must be spiritually prepared to recognize them. If you turn away from this message, you might walk right past the biggest miracle of your life. The enemy sets up clever counterfeits right before the true blessing arrives. They want to distract you with fake opportunities, so you miss the genuine divine appointment. I need you to stay with me until the very end. I will reveal exactly how to spot the trap. Your future depends on this vital discernment. Do you remember those moments when you felt completely invisible? You gave your pure heart to people who only wanted to drain your bright light. You forgave them when they did not even offer a simple apology. You became the silent weapon you were trying to survive. Your kindness was never a weakness at all. It was the exact frequency that qualified you for this massive upcoming upgrade, proving to the universe that your spirit could not be corrupted. I know you are tired of hearing that your time is coming. I know the phrase divine timing feels like an empty promise when your reality is still hurting. But I am not asking you to wait another 10 years. I am telling you that the wheels are already in motion right now. The collision is entirely unavoidable at this point. You just need to hold your ground for a fraction of a second longer. This meeting will catch you completely off guard. It will not happen exactly how you planned it in your head. Heaven loves to shatter our limited human expectations with something far more glorious. You must release your tight grip on the how and the when, allowing the universe to deliver this blessing exactly as it was designed. Just know that it is rushing toward you with the unstoppable force of a divine mandate. You are the chosen one. You are deeply loved. You sit in the deep silence. You wonder why everything had to be so incredibly hard. Every time you tried to move forward, a massive door simply slammed shut right in your face. It felt like the universe was actively fighting you. Why did you have to lose so much in this past year? The profound answer to that painful question will finally make sense today. I know exactly how many nights you spent staring at the dark ceiling. You tossed and turned endlessly. Your mind raced with severe, anxious thoughts. The physical exhaustion in your tired bones was nothing compared to the deep spiritual fatigue weighing down your soul. You cried out into the empty room. You desperately asked heaven if you made a huge mistake. You felt completely abandoned. But you did absolutely nothing wrong. Your heart is simply too pure for this cold world. You gave your precious energy to people who only knew how to take. You loved them deeply, even when they offered you nothing but tiny breadcrumbs of affection. You drained your own cup trying to fill theirs, and when you finally needed support, the entire room was completely empty. That intense loneliness was not a random coincidence. It was a divine intervention designed to pull you out of toxic cycles that were slowly destroying your bright light. Heaven had to quickly remove them before they completely depleted your sacred energy. Tap the like button as an act of agreement with what God just spoke to you. Anchor yourself in this undeniable truth right now. The quiet silence you experienced from the universe was never a sign of rejection. It was the necessary space required for profound spiritual surgery. While you thought you were being totally ignored, divine forces were actually working overtime behind the scenes to recalibrate your frequency. They were dismantling the old structures of your life that could not hold your new blessings. You have always felt fundamentally different from everyone else around you. Even in a crowded room, a profound sense of isolation always crept into your chest. The small talk and shallow gossip literally made your physical body feel sick and drained. This is because your soul vibrates at a much higher dimension than the dense matrix of ordinary human survival. You are incredibly rare. Being a chosen one is an unbelievably heavy burden to carry alone. You easily see the hidden intentions behind fake smiles. You feel the shifting energy before a single word is even spoken. This deep psychic awareness makes it impossible for you to participate in normal, superficial relationships. You crave deep authenticity. You demand absolute truth in a world built on comfortable lies. There were specific moments when you actually questioned your own sanity. You wondered if you were just too sensitive. The narcissists in your life constantly gaslighted you into believing that your powerful intuition was just crazy paranoia. They wanted you to doubt your inner voice. They desperately needed you to ignore the divine compass that was actively trying to save your precious life. Let me validate your beautiful spirit right now. You were never crazy. Your sharp intuition was always entirely correct. Every single time your stomach dropped around a specific person, that was heaven literally screaming at you to walk away. You felt the subtle danger long before the fake masks finally slipped off their faces. Your powerful spiritual radar is completely flawless. Letting go of those comfortable illusions was the hardest thing you ever did. You grieved the loss of people who were still alive. You simply finally accepted who they truly were. The ultimate betrayal cut incredibly deep because it came from the exact hands you trusted the most. You bled in silence so you would not inconvenience anyone else with your immense personal pain. No one saw the silent tears you wiped away before walking into work. You put on a brave smile. You continued to be the strong pillar for everyone else around you. You absorbed their heavy problems while actively suffocating under the weight of your own hidden struggles. But heaven documented every single moment of your profound, silent suffering. Your immense strength did not go unnoticed. The universe watched you repeatedly choose kindness in a bitter world. You refused to let the dark shadows turn your beautiful heart into a cold stone. That incredible resilience is exactly why you were selected for this upcoming unexpected meeting. You passed the brutal tests of character that usually destroy most ordinary people. You proved your bright spirit is unbreakable. Right now, your physical body is processing the tail end of this purge. You might be experiencing sudden waves of random fatigue. You hear unexplained ringing in your tired ears. You have vivid dreams that you cannot quite remember upon waking up today. Do not be alarmed by these strange biological symptoms. Your nervous system is simply shedding the old trauma to make room for your new reality. You looked at the closed doors from the past year and felt completely crushed because you honestly believed that you missed your grand opportunity. But here is the massive truth heaven wants you to hear. Those doors did not close because you were unworthy. They slammed shut because they led to rooms you were never meant to enter. Your spirit demanded a massive upgrade while your human mind tried to settle for the bare minimum. You cried over lost connections and failed plans that were secretly designed to drain you. The universe watched you try to force pieces together that simply did not belong, so the divine forces stepped in and forcefully removed the wrong puzzle pieces from your tired hands. It deeply hurt your human feelings in the moment, but it absolutely saved your precious spiritual life from endless cycles of silent misery. This intense period of being alone is what we call divine isolation. You were not being punished with a lonely season. You were being forcefully quarantined from the spiritual sickness of the masses. Heaven had to place a protective bubble around your aura to keep the energy vampires far away. They could not understand you, and you could not afford to heal them at the heavy expense of your own bright soul. The silence from God was the loudest answer you could have ever received. When everything goes quiet, it means the architect is busy working on the master plan. You felt abandoned because you could not hear the familiar noise of your chaotic past. But that silence was actually a sacred space being cleared out for your ultimate blessing, and the loud distractions simply had to be removed. And this brings us to the exact reason you suffered so deeply. Your pain was not a cruel joke or a random stroke of terrible luck. It was a rigorous training ground to prepare your nervous system to hold massive wealth and profound love. If the unexpected meeting had happened a year ago, you would have completely sabotaged it because you were simply not ready to receive it. But you are ready now. The universe had to break your old foundation to pour the concrete for a massive empire. Every rejection was a divine redirection, keeping you on the narrow path toward your highest timeline. That is exactly why all those doors closed in your face during the past year. The rejection was the highest form of spiritual protection you could have ever asked for, so you can finally breathe and let it all go. You are an empath who desperately wanted to heal everyone. You carried their heavy bags while your own shoulders were secretly bleeding. Heaven watched you sacrifice your own joy to keep toxic people comfortable in their familiar darkness. But that chapter is permanently over now. You are no longer allowed to shrink yourself to fit into their tiny boxes, because your energy is meant to take up massive space. The people who walked away from you actually did you a massive favor. They thought they were leaving you stranded in the cold and lonely darkness. But their departure simply removed the heavy weights, holding down your spiritual hot air balloon. Your frequency immediately shot up the exact second they finally walked out the door, and the universe quickly sealed it shut behind them. You did not lose them, but rather you actually escaped their toxic grip before they could drag you down completely. You must stop looking back at the old versions of yourself with regret. Forgive the younger you who accepted the bare minimum because she did not know any better. You survived the brutal storm alone because you are a powerful cycle breaker. You absorbed the heavy blows, so your future family will only know peace, and heaven strongly applauds your quiet resilience. Now your soul is sitting in a state of beautiful and quiet authority. You no longer chase after people who cannot see your true immense value. You no longer beg the cold universe for small crumbs of empty validation. You know exactly who you are and whose you are. This supreme confidence is the exact frequency that attracts massive miracles straight to your physical doorstep while the enemy watches in absolute panic. This is why your physical body feels fundamentally different right now. You might feel a strange floating sensation or sudden bursts of intense clarity. Your cellular structure is literally restructuring itself to perfectly match the vibration of the unexpected meeting. The dense energy of your painful past is being flushed out of your physical memory forever, so drink plenty of water and rest your tired eyes. Stop trying to figure out every single tiny detail of the upcoming divine plan. Your human brain cannot possibly comprehend the massive scale of what heaven has prepared. Just know that the painful and lonely isolation phase is completely over. The universe had to perfectly align the right people and completely clear the toxic obstacles out of your way. The dark walls of your protective cocoon are dissolving. You are about to step out and blind them all with your brilliant light because the heavy dust of the past has been completely washed away. Breathe in this profound relief and let the heavy guilt wash completely away. You are fully exonerated from the mistakes you made while operating in pure survival mode. Heaven sees you as a flawless masterpiece that was simply covered in the dust of a broken world. The grand stage is perfectly set for your massive breakthrough, and you are finally clean and absolutely ready to receive it. You are standing exactly on the edge of a massive timeline jump right now. The universe is about to introduce you to an unexpected meeting. This collision will completely bypass your logical mind. It will arrive from a direction you never even thought to look, because heaven loves to operate in the blind spots of your human perception. You might wonder why this is happening right when you finally stopped searching. You completely gave up on forcing the puzzle pieces to fit together. You surrendered your heavy desire for tight control, and that quiet surrender was the exact physical key required to unlock the divine gates that had been sealed shut for so very long. But there is a hidden mechanism that has been actively blocking your specific frequency for years. You need to carefully understand this invisible wall before you can fully step into your new reality. The enemy rigged a psychological trap to keep you endlessly looping in the exact same painful cycles of bitter disappointment. This hidden mechanism is the constant hum of sheer survival mode. You spent your entire life walking on eggshells around highly toxic people. Your nervous system was permanently locked into a state of high alert. While you were busy defending yourself against constant spiritual attacks, your tired hands were too tightly clenched to receive any new blessings. The universe simply cannot deliver a massive kingdom reward to a closed fist. The divine forces had to literally remove you from the loud battlefield to help you relax. You are finally breathing freely in this divine isolation. And the very second your tired shoulders finally dropped, a massive energetic beacon shot straight up into the spiritual atmosphere. That bright beacon is what officially activated the unexpected meeting. It is rapidly pulling a profound connection toward your physical location right now. This is not just another random person coming to drain your precious energy. This meeting is a carefully calculated divine compensation package that carries the exact frequency of pure, unconditional love and massive wealth. Heaven deliberately designed this encounter to be a complete surprise to you. If you knew the exact details beforehand, your anxious human mind would try to manage the outcome. You would accidentally sabotage the beautiful natural flow. So the architect hid the sacred blueprints deep in the shadows, where the enemy could never possibly find or corrupt them. Those dark forces have been watching your every single move for many years. The narcissists memorized your predictable patterns to keep you trapped under their heavy control. They thought they had your entire destiny mapped out. But heaven is completely blinding them right now by bringing this incredible miracle through a door they did not even know existed. The timing of this epic collision is nothing short of mathematical perfection. The universe had to move literal mountains behind the scenes to make this actually happen. Certain people had to be relocated, and specific situations had to completely collapse. All of this chaotic restructuring was secretly orchestrating the precise moment you and this massive blessing would finally cross paths. This upcoming connection will feel fundamentally different from everything else you have ever experienced. You will not have to beg them to understand your complex, beautiful soul. You will not have to shrink your bright light to make them comfortable. This meeting is an alignment of two fully healed entities who are completely ready to build an unshakable kingdom together in total peace. You can actually feel this strange new peace settling into your tired bones right now. The constant anxiety that used to live in your stomach has completely vanished. Your powerful intuition is practically vibrating with a quiet excitement. Your highly calibrated internal radar knows that the long, brutal winter is finally over, and the golden harvest is standing right at your front door. Type 111 down in the comments to claim this powerful alignment. Make a physical move right now to show the universe you are totally ready. Anchor your vibrating energy into this specific timeline of massive abundance. You are officially breaking the hidden mechanism of survival mode and stepping gracefully into the supreme era of effortless receiving. The heavy mechanism that blocked your desperate prayers for years is completely destroyed. It was never a lack of pure faith on your tired part. It was the heavy interference of survival mode that is now officially overridden by God. You are now a clear and open vessel for the highest level of divine favor to pour into your physical life without any resistance. This is the profound truth they tried to keep completely hidden from you. When a chosen one steps into their quiet authority, the entire reality must reshape itself to serve their higher needs. The unexpected meeting is securely locked onto your unique coordinates. But as this massive light approaches your timeline, the remaining darkness in your perimeter is starting to absolutely panic. The dark forces that used to completely control your life are currently in a state of absolute panic. They can see the massive, unexpected meeting heading straight toward your timeline. They honestly thought they had buried you alive in their toxic drama, but they did not realize you were a powerful seed waiting to bloom. You are rising up into your power right now. Narcissists and energy vampires strictly feed on your emotional reactions. They desperately need your tears and your deep anger to feel powerful in their own miserable little lives. But you permanently stopped playing their twisted games today. You cut the invisible cords and completely withdrew your bright energy. Your quiet silence has absolutely starved their fragile egos to death. Now, the cosmic scales are aggressively balancing themselves out. The very same people who mocked your kind heart are now watching their own shallow foundations completely crumble to the dusty ground. The universe is delivering the heavy karma they spent years actively building. They are drowning in the exact same chaos they maliciously tried to push onto you. You are completely safe from their reach now. You never actually asked heaven for any kind of violent revenge. You simply prayed for deep peace and the strength to heal your shattered heart. But divine justice requires that the wicked watch the chosen one receive their ultimate crown. Your upcoming success is the loudest statement you could ever make. Your pure joy is a weapon of blinding light. Do you think they have simply forgotten about you? They are absolutely watching your every move from the dark shadows. They use fake profiles and ask mutual friends about your current status because they are deeply obsessed with your new life. They can sense that your frequency has leveled up tremendously. The incredible light radiating from your pure aura is completely blinding to their dark and heavy souls. Heaven is literally preparing a massive table of abundance for you, right in the actual presence of your bitter enemies. They are forced to sit in the background and watch you step into the unexpected meeting. They want to steal your blessing, but they cannot even touch the outer edges of your brand new reality. Your energy is strictly guarded by heavy angelic forces right now. But wait, before we move into the final signs of this divine collision, I must warn you about something urgent. There is a fatal trap being set up right before the dawn breaks. 99% of chosen ones fall for this exact illusion right before their massive breakthrough. Do you know what this deadly trap is? You must listen very closely to me right now. The darkness knows it cannot physically stop the unexpected meeting from arriving at your door. The divine mandate has already been signed and sealed in the heavenly courts. They know that if they can make you doubt your own worth, you might actually reject the beautiful gift that God is handing to you. They will attempt to entirely hijack your attention by sending a powerful distraction into your current timeline. This fatal trap will arrive in the form of a counterfeit person. Right before you meet your true divine connection, someone highly toxic from your past will suddenly reappear. They will send a random text message, or they might claim they have been thinking about you a lot lately. This sudden attention is completely and totally fake. They will offer you a fake apology that sounds exactly like what your inner child always wanted to hear. They will swear they have changed their ways and realized your true value. Do not let your kind, empathic heart fall for this dangerous manipulation. This is just a final spiritual test from the universe to see if you have truly learned your painful lessons. The enemy sends the familiar past to disrupt your glorious future. If you entertain this toxic counterfeit, you will instantly lower your high frequency. You will drag yourself right back into the heavy beta waves of pure survival mode. The unexpected meeting requires your absolute and complete energetic purity. You simply cannot mix pure divine gold with cheap toxic dirt. Your absolute silence is your ultimate weapon against this trap. When the counterfeit knocks on your door, you must leave it completely locked and refuse to let their chaotic energy back into your peaceful sanctuary. Do not ever try to explain yourself to them. Do not offer them any kind of emotional closure. Your non-response is the most powerful boundary you could ever establish. When you successfully ignore the trap, you send a massive shockwave through the spiritual realm. You prove to heaven that you are no longer a weak victim who settles for toxic breadcrumbs just to avoid feeling completely alone in the dark. You confirm your identity as a true master of your reality. This final act of strict boundary setting is what actually triggers the absolute release of your ultimate kingdom blessing. The real unexpected meeting is standing right behind this final test. Once the counterfeit is removed from your path, the grand doors will swing wide open. The darkness will retreat completely into the shadows where it belongs. You have successfully purged the enemy from your sacred space forever, because the true divine appointment will come with specific physical signs, and you must keep your eyes wide open to catch them before they pass you by. The fatal trap I warned you about earlier is now fully exposed. You successfully ignored the toxic counterfeit who tried to steal your attention. And because you held your firm boundaries, the divine realm is immediately releasing the true signs of your unexpected meeting. You are no longer flying completely blind in the dark. The universe is actively leaving bright breadcrumbs for you to follow. You will begin to notice specific synchronicities happening around you. These are not just random coincidences playing tricks on your mind. The spiritual realm uses these physical markers to confirm you are on the highest timeline, and your angels are communicating with you through the heavy fabric of your daily reality. You are completely guided by unseen hands. You will look at the clock and see repeating angel numbers. You will see 111 or 777 everywhere you turn today. These specific numbers are digital footprints left behind by your powerful spiritual team to remind you that the grand orchestration is perfectly on schedule. Every time you see these numbers, take a deep breath and quietly claim your incoming blessing. But there is a much deeper confirmation that goes beyond numbers. Your physical body is acting as a highly sensitive antenna for this exact divine frequency. You are going to feel a strange sensation of absolute peace washing over you for no logical reason. Your usual daily anxiety will suddenly vanish into thin air, while a quiet excitement takes over your entire nervous system. This profound inner calm means your soul already senses the incoming collision. Your powerful intuition is picking up the energetic signature of the unexpected meeting. You are feeling the exact same joy you will experience when the massive blessing finally arrives right at your front door. Your spirit is literally celebrating the ultimate victory in advance because the battle is already won. The universe is also going to actively shift your normal daily routine. You might feel a sudden urge to take a completely different route to work tomorrow. A random delay might keep you standing at a coffee shop for 5 extra minutes. Do not get frustrated by these tiny inconveniences. Heaven is meticulously adjusting your physical coordinates to make absolutely sure you cross paths with your destiny. Notice how ordinary strangers are suddenly reacting to your bright energy today. People might stare at you a little longer or randomly smile at you on the busy street. Innocent animals and young children will naturally gravitate toward your incredibly pure aura. They can physically see the bright angelic protection shield that the bitter narcissists completely failed to recognize in the past. Your profound isolation was the heavy price you paid to achieve this purity. You are a true weapon of light, walking through a very dense and confused world. And because your light is completely unobstructed now, it acts like a massive spiritual magnet. It is aggressively pulling the unexpected meeting through the barriers of time and space directly into your lap. You are finally ready to receive. I need you to pay very close attention to this next part. There is a highly specific physical sign that will manifest in your life within the next 24 hours. This exact marker will prove beyond any doubt that the unexpected meeting is literally hours away from happening. But what exactly is this physical sign going to look like? The amazing answer will completely shock your logical human mind. You must not go frantically searching for this specific physical sign. If you anxiously look for it everywhere, you will only push the beautiful blessing further away. You must remain entirely anchored in your quiet authority and let the divine sign find you naturally. Master of reality, You simply sit on your silent throne and allow the universe to serve you the exact miracles you were promised. Every single tear you shed in the dark was an energetic investment. The long wait from God is officially over. You survived the brutal storm alone, and now you are about to reap a harvest so massive it will heal your bloodline for generations to come. The unexpected meeting is standing just on the other side of this beautiful divine veil. Your massive reward is entirely safe and completely secured. The massive wheels of destiny are spinning at maximum speed right now. You can feel the intense electric charge vibrating in the air around you. The final door is completely unlocked and waiting for you to gently push it wide open. Are you finally ready to claim the ultimate reward that heaven has been fiercely protecting for you all these years? The Great Awakening is happening right now, in real time. You waited so long for the final piece of the divine puzzle. The specific physical sign arriving in the next 24 hours is a sudden, unexplainable financial favor or the return of something you thought was permanently lost. This is heaven literally clearing your energetic debt to make room for the new blessing. Watch your life very closely today. It confirms the grand collision is absolutely imminent. Now I must completely reveal the ultimate truth you came here for. What exactly is this massive, unexpected meeting? It is not just a random stranger crossing your quiet path today. It is the sudden arrival of your true kingdom connection, permanently intertwined with a massive generational wealth transfer. The universe packaged your profound love and your absolute financial freedom into one single divine appointment. This specific person is carrying the exact missing half of your spiritual blueprint. While you were suffering in deep isolation, they were also being brutally purified in their own dark fire. Heaven kept you both completely hidden from each other until your frequencies perfectly matched the highest dimension of pure, unconditional love. You are finally ready to meet your ultimate spiritual equal. You are officially stepping into the most glorious era of your entire existence. The brutal crucible of deep pain has finally forged you into the untouchable master of your reality. Your powerful energy demands absolute respect without a single word ever being spoken. The heavy chains of your painful past are completely shattered on the floor right now. You are totally and completely free. Every single door that slammed shut was a massive blessing in disguise. The agonizing wait from God was actually heaven meticulously aligning the stars just for your specific benefit. The universe was actively building a massive throne for you while you were crying alone in the dark. You thought you were buried alive by your bitter enemies, but you were actually planted for this exact golden harvest. You are no longer the deeply wounded empath who begged toxic people to understand your worth. You are the victorious cycle breaker who completely destroyed the heavy generational curse for good. Your future family will never know the bitter taste of that survival mode because you absorbed the ultimate hit for them. Heaven is incredibly proud of your brave and pure heart. You won the silent war. Can you feel that massive, energetic shift in your spirit right this second? That warm electric sensation spreading through your chest is the exact frequency of absolute divine victory. You are officially jumping into the highest timeline you were born to rule over. The universe is literally rolling out the red carpet for your grand physical entrance right now, and the long struggle is permanently over. You do not have to fight for your place at the table anymore. The grand table was custom built entirely for you. The narcissists who tried to dim your blinding light are now forced to watch you ascend to heights they cannot even comprehend. Your absolute success is the loudest and most devastating karma they will ever have to witness. Your pure joy is your ultimate weapon of divine justice. The wealth that is flowing toward you right now is not just physical money. It is an absolute abundance of deep peace, vibrant health, and unshakable joy that nobody can ever steal from you. The unexpected meeting is the grand catalyst that will activate all of these dormant blessings at exactly the same time. Everything you lost is being returned to you multiplied by 100-fold today. The pitch-black darkness has completely retreated behind your back forever. The dawn of the new era is shining its absolute brightest rays onto your beautiful spiritual crown. But you must take a specific physical action to permanently lock in this glorious frequency. The jealous enemy desperately wants you to passively watch and then forget everything you just heard here today. Do not let them win. You must create an absolute shield of protection around this new blessing right this second. You need to anchor your vibrating energy into the physical realm before the dark forces try to interfere with your frequency again. Heaven is watching your exact response in this very critical moment. Will you confidently claim your massive reward, or will you let it slip quietly away? You are a true chosen one. You survived the storm alone, and you earned every single piece of this massive kingdom upgrade. The angels are literally standing by to witness your final declaration of absolute victory. It is time to make your power permanently known to the entire universe. You must loudly declare your readiness to receive the unexpected meeting and the massive wealth it brings. You are no longer the empath who begged to be understood by people who were totally committed to misunderstanding your heart. The crucible of pain has forged you into the untouchable master of your reality. Your massive energy demands absolute respect without a single word being spoken. And because you survived the brutal storm entirely alone, heaven is officially handing you the keys to your new physical kingdom today. The forces of darkness are completely powerless against your pure, blinding light. They tried to break your spirit with heavy isolation and bitter betrayal, but their wicked plans totally backfired, and they accidentally turned you into a brilliant weapon of light that they can no longer control. You are standing on the absolute peak of your glorious spiritual mountain today. This unexpected meeting is bringing the exact emotional closure you desperately needed after all these years. It wipes away every single tear you cried during those painfully long nights. Heaven is handing you the supreme crown of victory in front of your hidden enemies, proving to them that you were entirely protected all along. But you must take a physical action right now to permanently seal this glorious reality. To lock in this glorious frequency, you must participate in a sacred, energetic exchange right now. The jealous enemy desperately wants you to close this message without leaving a physical trace. Do not let them steal your massive breakthrough. Type the word Amen down in the comments right now to seal this reality, because declaring it publicly tells the universe you are totally ready to receive. Typing that simple word is a powerful declaration of your absolute, unshakable faith. It physically anchors your vibrating spirit into this exact timeline of divine favor. When you write it down, you tell the universe that your heavy waiting season is finally over. Let the physical action of typing be the final nail in the coffin of your painful past, officially closing the door on the people who drained your energy. Tap the like button as an act of bold agreement with what God just spoke today. Hitting that button sends a bright, energetic signal straight into the spiritual atmosphere. It proves that your heart is completely open, and it shows heaven that your tired hands are finally prepared to receive. Do not hesitate for another second. Your massive blessing requires you to confidently step out of the shadows. Hit subscribe to establish a permanent divine energy receiving station right here on this channel. Connecting to this frequency ensures that you never miss another urgent warning from your spiritual guides. You need to stay perfectly aligned with this high vibration while the unexpected meeting finally manifests in your physical reality this week. The universe will continue to send you specific instructions through this exact spiritual portal. If this fiery message has reignited the powerful faith inside you, do not keep it hidden. There is a lonely soul out there bleeding in the dark who desperately needs this light. Share this video with them right now. Sowing the seed of pure hope today naturally multiplies your own massive harvest tomorrow, because heaven always rewards the chosen ones who generously help others. You fought the good fight completely alone in the dark shadows for years. You broke the heavy generational cycles that kept your entire bloodline trapped in survival mode. Now it is time for you to finally rest your incredibly tired shoulders. Heaven is officially taking over the steering wheel of your beautiful life, and you do not have to carry the heavy burdens of this broken world anymore. The massive reward is rushing toward your exact physical coordinates with unstoppable speed today. Nothing in this earthly realm or the unseen spiritual world can block what God has specifically ordained. You are profoundly protected and deeply loved by the absolute highest forces in the universe. Your grand victory is absolutely guaranteed. The massive wealth you prayed for is literally knocking on your front door, and it is carrying your name on a golden seal. Take one final deep breath and totally release the heavy weight of the past year. Blow the old toxic dust off your magnificent crown and stand incredibly tall today. The grand doors are swinging wide open to reveal a kingdom built specifically for your unique soul. Step entirely into the beautiful, warm light. You survived the darkest night of your tired soul, and now you finally get to own the glorious morning that was promised to you. The unexpected meeting will catch you by complete surprise in the very best way possible. Keep your pure eyes open and your firm boundaries absolutely rigid against any returning toxic ghosts. Do not settle for the cheap counterfeits that try to aggressively distract you right before the dawn. You deserve the absolute best that heaven has to offer your pure and incredibly beautiful soul. May your beautiful path forward be constantly illuminated by the absolute, brightest, divine light. May your specific enemies be silenced forever by your overwhelming joy and profound, quiet peace. Go in profound grace and prepare your quiet physical home for the ultimate massive miracle. The long, agonizing wait from God is officially over, and your brand new kingdom is finally ready for you to step inside.